In the city of Buried Love, where it all began 20 plus years ago, we are going to man up, see who creates history, and see if the fallen gods can overcome the Shining Samurai. And will Lee Johnson call his shot against the Don Callis family's Ring of Honor Television World Champion as Stardom takes center stage? And we have a fight without honor that certainly will be anything but TV quality. This and so much more as we come together for the final city predicting of WrestleMania week to bring you our thoughts, our takes on all things Ring of Honor. For this is Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another edition of City Predicting, the fourth one in a row and the last one I'm doing this week for all things wrestling. Shout out to W family on the Twitter. You know what this is. For I'm the simple man, the simple brand, the voice of JMF Forever, grateful professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noel Foster, and we are covering Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor in this edition. With me, as always, is one of my fellow four horsemen of prediction, shout out to Jeff Chadwick and Mark Griffith. Take care of my brothers. He predicts in all the leagues just like me. He's almost as crazy as me, but not quite because he hasn't beaten me. Christopher Rotz. Chris, good to see you once again. Third day in a row. There's got to be a record for you. How you feeling tonight about Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor?
I'm feeling good about this show. I just watched like the highlights of Ring of Honor on YouTube, so I keep up with it. It's going to be a good event tonight. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, but I will be keeping track and keeping updated with you guys and the watch along tonight. I'll be watching WrestleMania SmackDown tonight before we get to WrestleMania weekend. And this is WrestleMania weekend. So I want to say yeah to NoDQ.com. And good luck to everybody that is going to be competing this year in the third Ring of Honor Predictions League.
Well said, brother. Honorable virtual handshake to you and that, and good luck to you. And yes, folks, it's the third time I'm doing City Predicting and hosting another League of Honor. As you see, the last 2 years, the inaugural winner was Charlene Kudia, and last year was also botch. I'm tired. The inaugural one had two winners, Charlene Kudia, and of course my brother from ATW, the most honorable man I know, the KING King, King A-Train, and last year was Alistair Kiefer and King Kieta with a tie. With that being said, usually Ring of Honor gives us 3 pay-per-views, and this one, of course, is our kickoff, and also to the man whose name's not my marquee, but again, one of my great friends in all things wrestling. Shout out to the boss man himself, Jeff Mother of Misha. Good to see you both on Friday. Looking forward to you and James on the call in just a few hours, as we will be, of course, covering this on the Jeffrey Network watch-along events here at Jimmy Network Multiverse of Media. Me and James on the call for the entire show, including the 0 hour. I think we're going live because the show starts at 8, and I think the 0 hour is at 7, so we'll probably go at 6 p.m. Standard Time. So stay tuned for more on that. He'll also be coming at the end to show so much more, including that. Well, without further ado, Chris, let's get right into it. We're going to focus primarily on the main card since we know there'll probably be more matches for the 0 hour, and I think the 0 hour does not hold the same value as the main card itself, which is why for this league, I'm only focusing on actual PLE/pay-per-view officially booked and announced matches. Let's go ahead and kick things off with history itself and ability to be created as the first ever Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion will be crowned. After an incredible field of 16 women, it will be coming down to these two, Queen Aminata and the minion herself, Billie Starkz. Both of these women have had an incredible journey up to this point. Queen Aminata, of course, overcoming the likes of Taya Valkyrie and Red Velvet, while Billie Starkz has overcome the likes of Robin Renegade, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez. So, again, it's one of those things where there really isn't much history to be said here because the first time these two will be going one-on-one, as it's made official, 7 p.m. Standard Time right at the end of Dad's is when me and James and all of us will be going live for our watch-along coverage of Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. So, good to know. But anyway, as far as this match goes, it's the first time ever one-on-one, and Billie Starkz says that this was made for her. This is her destiny. But Queen Aminata says she is fighting on behalf of an entire continent, the continent of Africa, and has had an incredible showing. She also right now is undefeated in Ring of Honor, while Billie Starkz recently faced her first loss at the hands of the fallen goddess, Athena. That being said, Chris, what do you think? Who becomes the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion out of these two?
Well, I have a gut feeling the first inaugural ROH Women's World Television Championship, I have a gut feeling they're going to give it to Billie Starks on this one. I think it's going to be her time. And this championship is made for her. So give it to Billie Starks and let's ride with it.
It's one of those fans where it did seem very obvious to me, but the thing about the Ring of Honor Women's Division, it's so in depth. And already, Diamante, Kara Hogan, they're already calling their shot to challenge on whoever wins first. Now, both of those women kind of toe the line between heel and face, but also Diamante has history, of course, with Billie Starks, and Kara Hogan has history with Queen Amanada if you've watched Four Corner Survival matches. So this one could go either way, but Billie Starks right now is one of the fastest rising, most promising young proteges of the independent wrestling scene. 20 years old, 4.0 GPA, graduated high school, in college, already traveled in different countries and 28 plus different states. The world's her oyster. And I think that right now that this is her moment. I think this is her first accolade on the bigger stages in wrestling, if we're being honest. So I'm with you. I think Billie Starks gets it too. Shout out, of course, to so far 20 of you that's put in your predictions, including not limited to my ATW crew, Lex and King A-Train. I see Dwayne Atkinson. I see Jeff Chadwick, Sienna Chanel. Have a fun time there live in Philly, pal. JJ Williams, the Renegade of Wrestling, of course. Josh E, Jerry Slaughter. Chris, I see you already submitted yours. Rowdy, Brenham, Bacon _ space. Best name ever made. And it looks like it's not quite unanimous, but 75 to 24% are actually going with Billie Starks here. And I think that's just more so the fact that we follow Billie Starks' growth and development in Ring of Honor much longer than Queen Amanada, who, by the way, in case you don't know, she also recently became All Elite. So it's one of those things where I also think the winner of this match would be Ring of Honor focused. And I think more often than not, I think Billie Starks is essentially going to be focused in Ring of Honor versus Queen Amanada, who we've seen kind of go between both Ring of Honor and AEW. And I know that's to be said for a lot of talent in the Tony Khan multiverse of pro wrestling. How's that for a take? But it's one of those things where I think right now, Billie Starks, she had a huge chance against Athena last year, came up short. This is someone, though, that she can create in her own way from the start. And I think it's Billie Starks' time, but it looks like JJ is already agreeing opposite with us. Either way, good luck to these two incredible young athletes tonight. May the better wrestler win. All right. Why we think that Billie Starks may be undisputedly the favorite to become the first Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion. Thy kingdom come, does thy kingdom fall? As the infantry looks to take the gold from the Undisputed Kingdoms, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. After surviving a 10-minute proving ground match, the first time in this era of Ring of Honor history, the infantry has earned this tag title opportunity. After falling short in the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament to FTR last week on Collision, the infantry looks to rebound on a different battlefield in the field of honor. That being said, OGK, the Undisputed Kingdom, what the hell you want to call them, are Ring of Honor as it is, and they are 3-time now Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. And while I like the infantry, I think they got a lot of motivation and buzz behind them. I think they got a lot of upside. Again, if the Undisputed Kingdom is going to still be something across the Tony Khan multiverse of wrestling, these two have to on to the gold. And I also think Roderick Strong and Wardlow will not be too far away. I have that kingdom retaining. What about you?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with Undisputed Kingdom, and I'm going to tell you, with Tony Khan and Undisputed Kingdom, he's been booking the Undisputed Kingdom like great, putting championships on them. I know Adam Cole, Bebe, and Warlow, they don't have championships, so hopefully they get championships once Adam Cole is healthy again. But yeah, Undisputed Kingdom, they just won the champions not too long ago. So I don't see Tony Khan taking the titles off of them anytime soon. So I agree with you. Undisputed Kingdom for the win.
And a majority also agree here, 90% to 10%. But the infantry, huge chance. You best make the most of it because chances are you're not going to get another opportunity at this for a while. And to also echo our sentiments, if the kingdom loses, the Undisputed Kingdom might as well crumble beneath the sands of time, even if Roderick Strong still has the international championship, and that's a mouthful in itself. All right. Well, that seemed pretty easy, and I think the infantry will be left brokenhearted, but will Dalton Castle finally break some hearts and break Johnny TV's face? In the most dangerous match in Ring of Honor history, it is Dalton Castle without the boys versus Johnny TV in a fight without honor. And this all stems from the fact that he said that you will never be TV worthy. This has begun personal to a boiling point after Dalton Castle put everything on the line just to try and break Mr. TV's face and lost his voice in the process to Bears in Canada, quote unquote. Simply put, in a fight without honor, there are no rules, there are no restrictions. You could be as ballistic as you want, and with this peacock literally losing every last one of his feathers worse than the NBC icon at one point, it's almost like Dalton Castle's in a desperate must-win situation. But then I also think about the fact that who the hell is going to be in his corner? Giant TV has Taya Valkyrie in his corner. And you could argue to say that right now, Taya Valkyrie and Giant TV need something to basically reboot them in Ring of Honor, since Taya lost the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Tournament. So what's your take on this fight without honor?
Well, I think it should be a good and entertaining match. Who I have in the forum, and I'm making this official, I think Dalton Castle gets the win here. He's in a desperate need to win and finally get revenge on Johnny TV.
Yeah. Let's see here. Castle lost the boys. Now he'll lose this match. Johnny met 1,000 names. TV for the win. I mean, it's not 1,000 names. It's Johnny Impact, Johnny Bloodsport, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Elite, Johnny TV, Johnny. Okay, I kind of see where he's going.
John Morrison.
Damn it. John Hannigan. Okay, keep going. Anyway, well, this is interesting, though, considering across 21 responses, it is almost 50-50. But the majority are going with Johnny TV. At this point, Dalton Castle has nothing left. He's lost everything. So maybe a loss will make him go to Jacoby Watts for, reinvention or search of enlightenment like Nick Camarado. I think Johnny TV is going to surprise us tonight, especially after his loss on Bloodsport last night. By the way, shout out to Walter Cruz and James Hebert. Tremendous job on the play-by-play. And if you haven't checked it out, folks, go check out not only Bloodsport 10, but also check out the watch-along live event coverage commentary by James Hebert and Walter Cruz here with me. They did a fantastic job, fantastic show. And Josh Barnett, by the way, beat Johnny Bloodsport after freaking playing his head in the canvas. Damn. But yeah, I'm kind of with you here. I think Giant TV is basically going to win this and finally put Dalton Castle behind him. And what does it mean for Dalton Castle going forward? Who the heck knows? Because right now, Dalton Castle, he needs to figure out something to get his career back on track. Because I think right now, he truly is not TV ready. I'm going with Giant TV as well. All right. Name redacted. Johnny redacted. Damn it, Walter. It's a freaking shirt waiting to happen. Madman Tony Khan getting all the ideas and no royalties from any of you. All right. Now, this has got for those that don't know, I am not an advocate. I am not a manager. I am not a promoter. I am not a booker. But I am a huge supporter, fan, and invested individual when it comes to women's professional wrestling. Damn it! And you are looking at right here the highest peak of women's professional wrestling on the planet, practically. From the all-women Japanese promotion, 12 years strong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is STARDOM. Say hello to Mina Shirakawa, Maika, and Maisira of Empress Nexus Venus, taking on the Golden Phoenix, Saya Kamatani, Tam Nakano, and Asume. Allow me to educate you a little bit. Mina Shirakawa is a former Wonder or Sound champion. You compare it to the Intercontinental Champion, the Workhorse Championship. Over there, though, it's defined by emotion and strength. Saya Kamatani is the longest reigning Wonder of Stardom champion with 14 successful defenses, taking it off of Tam Nakano. Michael holds the richest prize in Stardom, the Red Belt, the World of Stardom Championship, after 3 successful defenses, including last night against her tag team friend in Megan Bain. Tremendous match by Megasis. Respect. Tam Nakano is a former World of Stardom champion who had to relinquish it due to injury. But arguably right now, with Utami Hayashida and Julia leaving the promotion, Tam Nakano is the most well-rounded, experienced, and respected individual in Stardom. Asume is known as the daughter of High Speed, former multiple-time High Speed champion, a title that is defined by, you guessed it, velocity. Shout out to Saki Kashima last night, who won it last night against Mai Sira in a triple threat. She is known as the High Speed Trickster. Asume will also be involved, taking on Stephanie Valkyrie, who is the MW Strong Women's Champion at NJPW Windy City Riot for that very title. You already seen Mina Shirakawa in Ring of Honor if you've been following, folks, as she had her debut match and beat Anna Jay. Very game bout. I look at this match and I think about this. You have Nina, who is already maybe possibly going to be involved in the Forbidden Door thanks to Timeless Tony Storm. You have Michael, who's the World of Stardom champion. You have Mai Sira, who may have lost her High Speed championship, but is currently a Stardom Tag Team championship. Saya Kamatani is the former Stardom Tag Team champion, and Crazy Star, Mai Sira, and Suzuki took the titles off Utami Hayashida and Saya Kamatani. So keep that names in mind. Tam Nakano, however, right now, she is basically floating around with Maika and trying to restore strength and honor in Stardom. Why Asume, she's already got a whole lot going for her, and this is her basically U.S. Ring of Honor soil debut. So, that being said, you look at these 6 tremendous athletes, and I think right now you got to consider what does it mean for the person that eats the fall, and what does it mean for the person that gives the fall. Again, Mina and Maika are part of the same faction. Saya is part of Queen's Quest, and Asume is part of Queen's Quest. Tam Nakano is not part of Queen's Quest. And again, Stardom is known to juggle their factions together in these bouts. You could truly flip a coin to find a winner here. So that's why I'm going to give it to the person that probably knows the least about this to kick things off. So, Chris, with that history known about Stardom and these 6 incredible athletes, which team do you go with? Team Mina Shirakawa or Team Saya Kamatani?
Personally, this is my first time hearing about these 6 women superstars.
I figured.
Oh my gosh. Personally, I don't.
How's that for an education lesson for you?
Personally, I don't watch Stardom or anything. So, this is actually gonna be 50-50. If you flip a coin, one of these teams are gonna win, and the other is gonna lose. Yep. With that being said, I'm going to have to go with, on the form here, I'm going with the second team to pick the win. Sarah, whatever. I'm going with the second team.
You're not even going to try to announce these names, are you?
I'll try to botch it.
Chris, I respect your gumption, pal. All right. So that being said, folks, he's going with Saya Kamatani, Tam Nakano, and Asume. That being said, I'm going opposite of you. I'm going with Mina Shirakawa, Maika, and Mai Sira. And here's why. Mina Shirakawa's got her foot in the door, and to Walter and JJ's point, after that confrontation with Tony Storm regarding that Mariah May, Club Venus Forever, was the previous teacher to now Timeless Tony Storm's protege, after calling out that maybe now you won't lose in tag teams going forward. Damn. Mina's out to prove a point and also show Mariah that maybe you're right now underneath the wrong tutelage. Despite the fact that Tony Storm is a former Stardom World Association champion that held it for 600 plus days before that title retired. Looking at the bigger picture, you gotta think about what's going forward. And we know for sure right now this year, Forbidden Door will be a thing in AEW, and it's likely going to involve NJPW, CMLL, and Stardom. For the Forbidden Door is always open. If Mina is going to be a welcome guest in it, then Mina has to put up her shove. And she's already got one singles win in Ring of Honor. You're not going to have the World of Stardom champion lose and be pinned in this match either when people don't know, like you, with all due respect, what the heck Stardom is. And my Sarah right now, she needs to prove a point. She just lost her high-speed championship, so she needs to be preserved as strong. I look at the other side, and Saya Kamatani has always been on this journey of herself in reflection and her strength, and then trying to become stronger. She's also one of the most promising talents in Stardom, literally highlighted heavily by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Why this does feel like Mina is out to prove a point. Timeless Tony Storm's involvement could sway the match in the other way, but I think it's tough right now to bet against particularly the team that has the World of Stardom champion on it. So that's why I'm going against you in Empress Nexus Venus in the team of Mina Shirakawa, Maika, and Maisara. But regardless, this is going to be an incredible six-woman showcase. Buckle up, folks, because Stardom is known for a style of high-speed velocity and furious striking. This is going to be good. All right, good chat. I hope everybody enjoyed the little Stardom lesson. If you want to know more about Stardom, I suggest that you super chat. I'll be happy to educate you. But also go check out Stardom World on the Twitter and on YouTube for clips, even if they're in Japanese. And also they have their own service like ROH World. Might be a little bit more tricky to navigate, but trust me, it's well worth it. Also, Internet Archive. Thank you. Yes, Chris, before we move on.
What's the what is everybody's
Oh, that's
about?
right. Well, let's take a look. You went with Saya. I went with Mina. It is majority with Mina. 60% for Mina, Maika, and Maisara. Why 38% went with Saya, Tom, and Asume. So there you go. And again, in Ring of Honor, when it comes to these star-studded showcases of the best wrestlers on the planet, why more so these six persons are primarily saved for Lucha Libre. This is the first time to do it with Stardom. These truly could go either way. And Stardom is known to have time limit draws in matches of all varieties. I have no idea what time limit this match is here. So honestly, that may be your saving grace. But again, if it's a draw, then nobody gets a point. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy Stardom, folks. And again, open your minds to more than just WWE. Just saying. Okay. Now let's go ahead back to US Soil, and maybe you can talk more about this match. I'm sure you're a bit more familiar with these men, and we'll see if you call your shot correctly versus Lee Johnson, who's looking to call the biggest shot of his career. As the Ring of Honor World Television Championship is on the line, as Kyle Fletcher of the Don Callis family defends his gold. By the way, since he has the title, by the way, he's undefeated in Ring of Honor. Defends against Lee Moriarty that has right now 8 in a row in singles action and has earned this opportunity. Kyle Fletcher, of course, most recent defense of this title was against, I believe, Christopher Daniels, another Ring of Honor savvy veteran. And, of course, Kyle Fletcher survived a six-pack survival challenge at Ring of Honor Final Battle to win this title. And guess who was eliminated first in that match? Lee Moriarty. Don't call it a comeback, but it very well might be. Chris, do you have a new Ring of Honor World Television Champion? Does Lee Johnson take down Kyle Fletcher? Or again, is Kyle Fletcher right now the unstoppable force with the stranglehold on the Ring of Honor World Television Championship gold?
Well, I feel the match with Kyle Fletcher and Lee Johnson.
Accurate.
What I saw out of Kyle Fletcher against my boy Horns Up, Will Ospreay, that was a banger of a match. And I says, oh my gosh, I'm impressed by Kyle Fletcher. He's a big deal. And personally, I'm going to go with Kyle Fletcher to keep his Ring of Honor World Television Championship and move up in the ranks and be the most dominant force to be reckoning with in Ring of Honor.
I gotta agree with you. I gotta be honest. I thought Ethan Page was going to be in the spot, and I think Ethan Page kind of deserves it more. And I don't know where Ethan Page has been lately, whether it's visa issues or injury. But when I look at this card, this is the one match, with all respect to Lee Johnson, that I think is pretty much everybody's going to have the same guess. And again, to your point, Kyle Fletcher, who gave Will Ospreay one hell of a main event contest on Dynamite, and some people have compared him to a young Will Ospreay. You can see that in how far this man pushes his intensity in that ring. I think Kyle Fletcher definitely has more to offer us as the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, and he's not ready to let that title go. I agree with you. I say Kyle Fletcher too. And, well, I'll be damned. Everybody unanimously are saying Kyle Fletcher for the win. it is literally 100% across the board.
That's the first time I've ever heard 100% on a panel video.
Yeah, I can't tell last time I heard a match like that. Goes to show again what Kyle Fletcher has proven to us. And Lee Johnson, you're taking the biggest shot. Own up to it, but good luck. All right, now we're going to get into what I think is rightfully main event 1, main event 2, because these two right here have got to be the most polarizing titles in this era of Ring of Honor. And it starts with this. Athena, the fallen goddess, the unstoppable juggernaut, the Joshi Slayer, the Minion Overlord, and the longest reigning Ring of Honor world champion ever. Up there with her reign with the likes of Samoa Joe and Brian Dales and what they did with Ring of Honor World Championship. I'm, of course, talking about Athena. She defends the gold against arguably the greatest AEW Women's World Champion in this company's history, who held that title up to 1 year as a 3-time AEW Women's World Champion, and the last person to beat Athena, the Shining Samurai, Hikaru Shida. There's your backlog right there. Not much more to say, folks. Since Hikaru Shida came into Ring of Honor, she had a great debut match against Rachel Ellering and was able to overcome her. And clearly Athena has been unraveling, knowing that right now, Shida is truly her biggest threat. One obstacle she has yet to overcome, a ghost of her past, arguably Athena's final boss. Chris, do you have a new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion? Simply ask.
Well, you just said the final boss, just like The Rock is the final boss. Personally, I feel this is going to be a banger of a women's championship match. I know Athena, she's been holding on to that title for a long time.
400 plus days, but who's counting? And by the way, she's always been defending it, presenting it, and always showing up to work. Just saying. Continue.
And with Hikaru Shida, she is AEW. And I just don't know if she's going to want to do both AEW and Ring of Honor if she does become champion. But it's going to be a fun match with Athena and Hikaru Shida. It should be fun. It should be hard hitting. I'm going to go with off the limb. I'm going to put money on Athena. I think Athena is going to retain here. And personally, I would put Athena over anything, but I just feel I would have somebody deserving to become the new Ring of Honor Women's Championship. That is not like going back and forth to like AEW to Ring of Honor. Have someone that is on the active Ring of Honor roster that is more deserving to dethrone Athena for that championship.
I can respect your take, and I say this to you. Hikaru Shida has not been involved in AEW since losing the AEW Women's World Championship to, you all remember Full Gear, right? Timeless Tony Storm. It's one of those things where you gotta look at where you stand, what you have done, and what you can do. And with AEW, what Shida did in AEW transcend that title, she can transcend this title in Ring of Honor. And to your point, why you think someone in Ring of Honor might be more deserving, why don't we go down a little bit of the list of Ring of Honor women's division that Athena's beating? Because guess what? She's beating everybody. Nyla Rose, Legit Layla Hirsch, Kiera Hogan, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, just to name a few. Yuka Sakazaki, Billie Starks, Mercedes Martinez. Shall I continue? She's beaten everybody possible. It has been her show, and she's preserved that title only on her show in Ring of Honor, much to Eddie Kingston's criticism. Eddie Kingston has presented and showcased our World Championship outside Ring of Honor. So I think that also plays to Athena's mind as well. She's been a phenomenal champion. She has raised the identity of women's professional wrestling and Ring of Honor since the Tony Khan buying inception. And that's why I think she's done her job. Let's see what Hikaru Shida can do. Let's see how this title can transcend. Maybe this title can be defended in STARDOM. Just think about that. I think it's Hikaru Shida's time. I'm with JJ. I think there's actually a new champ, and you're actually in the minority too. 62% are going with Hikaru Shida, and Athena only has 38%. And you got to think about this. Where Athena falls, Billie Starkz might rise. Fallen God's going to be toppled, which is why the TV champion will be a queen. It's also an interesting take, but I just don't think MIT is going to go 0-2. But I think out of the two, I think Athena's the one that will be fallen, courtesy of the Shining Samurai and a katana to the side of the head. Should be an incredible bout, though, but I have a new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And shout out to my honorable brother, as I was just talking about earlier. King, good to see you. I know you fit out your predictions, too. So, again, and also, one more thing. You said official. You and I both know that Tony Khan shares a majority of his talent, at least 2/3 of it, between Ring of Honor and AEW, women included. To put this in perspective, there are 10 women on the official Ring of Honor roster, and you're starting a new championship. You got to have more talent to fill it out, whether it's AEW or independence. So, case in point, there's a reason why Anna Jay probably is part of Ring of Honor. And Anna Jay was Hikaru Shida's first ever opponent. Just play a little bit of hindsight out there. I respect your take, but I think it's time for a new champion in that women's division. Arguably the third best women's division right now underneath TNA and NXT. Cheetah for the win. Okay. Well, that was a good conversation. Let's go ahead and get right into, believe it or not, folks, we're already on our main event in the city of brotherly love, in the city of Philadelphia. We are going to see who mans up, owns up, and maybe defines destiny, boy. We're also going to see how far a person goes to not lose himself and lose what he holds the most. The Ring of Honor World Championship is on the line as Eddie Kingston, the Mad King, the King of the Bums, defends it against everyone's crazy karate redneck chicken man, boys, Mark Briscoe. And the key thing here it is today, April 5th, 2024 is 11 years to the date that his brother, God rest his soul, Jay Briscoe, won his first Ring of Honor World Championship against Kevin Steen. You all might know him as Kevin Owens. In a very humble, selling, and revealing interview last night, Eddie Kingston talked about his heroes in Xavier, in Homicide, in Low Key, those that brought him honor to the professional wrestling industry and inspired him to even pursue this title. He's already lost one title. Kazuchika Okada took the Continental Championship. He has the MW Strong Openweight Championship and the Ring of Honor World Championship. With those two titles, I think Ring of Honor holds a lot more value to Eddie Kingston from a wrestling standpoint. Again, the Ring of Honor World Championship defined honor for 22 plus years. A title held by the likes of Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, Kyle O'Reilly, Cody Rhodes, Kyle Castagnoli. Shall I continue? But Mark Briscoe, he is the guy right now that is out to achieve destiny. He had a chance for this, but due to injury, he didn't get it. He was previously going to face Kyle Castagnoli. We never got that match. This right here is Mark Briscoe's biggest testament to his career to date. To take on Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor World Championship. But how far is he going to man up to get this title versus how far Eddie Kingston will go to hold on to this title? Chris, do we have a new Ring of Honor World Champion crowned tonight in Philadelphia?
Well, I just didn't know it that 11 years ago
to the date
that Jay Briscoe won the Ring of Honor World Championship. And personally, with Eddie Kingston losing mostly of his championships, he lost the Continental Crown Championship to Kazuchika Okada. I think Okada, he is going to be a deserving championship, and he's going to have probably a lengthy run with it. And I know our buddy JJ say finish the story.
Mark Briscoe, can you finish your story?
I just have a gut feeling Mark Briscoe is going to finish his story. I got Mark Briscoe winning. It's going to be a nice emotional win for him. He's probably going to have tears coming out of his eyes. He's going to be happy. He's possibly going to look up to the ceiling and say, thank you, Jay, because Jay, his spirit is going to be with Mark all the way through his match tonight. And I have a gut feeling that is going to give Mark Briscoe all the confidence he needs to finally pull this off and become the new championship tonight. So tonight, Mark Briscoe will become the new Ring of Honor World Championship.
And I agree with you. I think it's Mark Briscoe's time. Eddie Kingston has definitely shown, no matter what you think about the man's previous character, and he even have confessed that he was this close to go back to his previous demons last night, to go to the bottle. But it's Mark Briscoe and the spirit that he exhibits that he's not doing that. He refuses to do that. But he also refuses to simply lose this championship. This is not going to be an honorable contest. This is going to be a fight with honor. But it's going to be the toughest fight of both these men's careers. And it's going to be the toughest test for Mark Briscoe's career. And seriously, to that point, I think we are going to lose our damn minds if that happens. And I guarantee you that family will be there. Again, this is where Ring of Honor started. This is where Jay Briscoe transcended to become the Ring of Honor World Champion. This is where the Briscoes became the faces of Ring of Honor's tag team division. 13 times over, man. 13-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. It's got to be Mark Briscoe's time, in my opinion. He more so is going to earn it versus us simply saying he deserves it. I got Mark Briscoe for the win as well. And so does the chat here, but ironically enough, the chat might be thinking with their minds versus their hearts, or vice versa. You tell me. Not quite split, but the majority are actually going with Eddie Kingston. 57% versus 42%. The bottom line is tonight, once again, honor will be real in the city of Extreme. And I'm looking very forward to what the Supercard of Honor brings forward on my screen. With that being said, that's all I got for you for now. Before Chris bids you a fine adieu, Chris, 3 straight days of predicting. That's a record for you, man. Been an absolute pleasure. I thank you once again for all you've done. Before you get ready for everything ahead for you this weekend, and good luck tonight in the predictions too. This is the time you can go ahead and promote No DQ, promote Jeff Meacham, promote your shows, and then you can push the button and bid yourself a fine adieu. Where can people find you?
Don't worry, I'm staying to the very end, so you got nothing to worry about. I had an amazing time with my buddy Noah Foster today on Simply Predicting Ring of Honor. I had a good time. I started this week on Sunday for WrestleMania week with the Roman Reigns A&E biography. I would recommend you guys watching that. And I also recommend everybody to watch the Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal documentary. It was a good documentary. It had their ups, it had it down. And then we got WrestleMania weekend upon us. So where you guys can follow me at is on my X account, CROTZ24, my Instagram, CMROTZ_6472. My Facebook is Christopher Rotz. I had a great time today. Let's get ready for tonight's Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, Friday Night SmackDown, the final SmackDown before WrestleMania tomorrow and Sunday. We got the Hall of Fame tonight. And then tomorrow it begins WrestleMania weekend. So everybody have a safe and blessed WrestleMania weekend. If you're going to the event, have a great time. Hope you scream all night long.
God, no.
And there's going to be a party in Philadelphia this weekend. So have a safe day and let's get ready for the weekend.
Fair enough.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff, good to see you. He's already got the shirt and the true Ring of Honor colors. So, Jeff, again, I think Chris basically gave us a good little hype spiel. But again, man, you and I, we are in for this long ride along with JJ and James. The weekend has finally arrived, and I cannot wait for everything that's ahead. And Chris, I thank you once again, and I thank everybody also for tuning in. So please stick around as we tell you what's ahead here in the WWE multiverse of media. So, Jeff, first off, good to see you, and take it away.
Good to be seen. I am grateful to the two of you for going through that prediction show quick as a pickle, because we're going to go live at the top of the hour with this show. We were going to go live at 2 p.m. Pacific, but we're going live at the top of the hour. So JJ and I will be talking about the greatest women's championship matches in WrestleMania history. Now, what does that mean, Jeff? What that means is every female-centric championship match that has been contested at WrestleMania, going all the way back to 1985 with Leilani Kai versus Wendy Richter, tag titles and the singles titles, all are in contention. There are quite a few matches on this list. Noah, you saw the list on Twitter. Made your choices. They have been documented and made graphics for, and they will be presented. As has Walters, as has Josh Mansfield. So we'll be talking about that coming up at the top of the hour. Whenever we are done, because I heard you say something about going live with the premium event pay-per-view right after this. That's what we're going to do, because we are going to go live, advertise for 7 o'clock Eastern, but depending on how fast JJ and I go, we may go live early. Supercard of Honor, of course, tonight. You guys know what you guys have been talking about for the last 40 minutes. I am so looking forward to you and James on the call, Noah. It's Ring of Honor's biggest show of the year, arguably, and it's going to be a hell of a night for the folks at Ring of Honor out in the city of brotherly love. And then once SmackDown goes off the air on the East Coast on Fox, we will be live with our coverage of Peacock's broadcast of the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Of course, Paul Heyman, Bull Nakano, the U.S. Express, Thunderbolt Patterson, Muhammad Ali, and Leia Vaivia, all being inducted tonight. Again, that's 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, give or take, because, we run on Peacock time doesn't mean that they're going to run on Peacock time.
That's true.
So there is that. But that is all just tonight. And then, we've got Stand Delivered tomorrow morning, because they hate us. WrestleMania Night 1 at normal time. The Slam is even earlier Sunday, because they hate us. And then WrestleMania Night 2. 7 a.m. on a Sunday after being on open mic night till at least 12. Why? Why, Paul?
Yeah. What is sleep?
What is sleep? My kid turned 16 yesterday. I need all the sleep. And I can't have it. But it's okay. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, we had Korean barbecue last night, which is interesting. I've done that before with Dylan. My parents, not so much. It was interesting dynamic at the table. Very loud, but food was good. But yeah, we have a variable cornucopia of content here that really started last Saturday with our open mic night karaoke, much to your chagrin, but to our payouts delight, because it was last Saturday of the month. So that definitely helped us over that little hill. But yeah, WrestleMania hype all week. We've had the last episode of Talk Wrestling this past Monday, which was emotional, but wonderful to see that many people turn out. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Tonight is a major night for Ring of Honor. I feel it's the best pay-per-view they've had lined up. Number one, short amount of matches, 7 matches. We're not going to go ape shit and go into the night, which is always good. And every match has legitimate, serious stakes to it, which is so key, I think, in professional wrestling presentations. And then you've got the Hall of Fame, which, people will say what they want of the WWE Hall of Fame, but, you're going to have the bloodline all over that show. The Rock and Roman Reigns will both be there. They're inducting Leia Vaivia and Paul Heyman, respectively. So, yeah, it's going to be a great Friday. I've been saying all week, we've been calling this thing the Week's Gonna Die Tour with all the content. I think this will be the one day that does it, if anything.
Well, again, I mean, these next 2 days are going to definitely test our passion, our fatigue, our energy, and our vested interest and engagement and emotions, to say the least. And I'm ready for all of it. And again, my simple agenda, of course, is continuing alongside with you guys. Now that all my stupid dip things are finally done, thank Christ, it's just watch along, open night, watch along, and then we rest. Until next week, Friday with another watch along, and then Saturday with another watch along.
Yes.
As is tradition here at Gemini Motive for Media. And of course, the dip thing will resume when we cover TNA Rebellion and Dynasty. Probably not the same night, because I'm not that crazy, folks. But they're going to be the same week, because they're in the same weekend, back-to-back days. Then WWE, of course, will pick things up with Backlash, and NXT will be Battleground. I'm sure Ring of Honor will be Death Before Dishonor. And again, we'll continue from there. But that being said, that concludes Super Disney Ring of Honor. That is your hype package for what's ahead. So, folks, let's get ready for WrestleMania weekend. Let's get the heck into it. And as JJ likes to say, and I echo this sentiment, if you can't find something to enjoy these next 3 days, get the fuck out of the fandom. It is truly as simple as that. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to Predicting. Thank you for everybody that's been tuning in so far to the content we've given and the content that is ahead. And as always, I encourage you to please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell as the video goes live on demand on either of these channels or any of the channels here in the Multiverse of Media. And hit the subscribe button. I show you our creative content, and our passion, and overall our just, bringing out the love of professional wrestling and sports entertainment out to the community, to all of you, is not letting up anytime soon. With that being said, I'm going to rest and get some food. Enjoy the dazzling always on wrestling, but in this case they are when it comes to WrestleMania Women's Championship matches. Top 10, damn it. And enjoy everything that's ahead tonight. Whether you watch Rampage, SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, Sakura Genesis tomorrow morning, Stand Delivered, WrestleMania, the GCW Collective, everything that happens in and out of Philly on your screen or whether you're there. And again, Walter Cruz, Big G, Cindy, I hope you all have an incredible, safe time. I hope everybody has an incredible, safe time. And again, everybody, just enjoy life and enjoy wrestling. But until next time, me and James will see you for Ring of Honor. Jeff and Jada will see you shortly on the Dads. Chris, we'll see you next time here somewhere in the Jeff and for Media. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you all about 15 minutes or so on JJ and Jeff's platforms.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to leave you now. As always, I like to say, make a positive impact in life, and have a good night. And Mark Briscoe, get the win, boy!
Get it, boy.
Get it, boy! Have a good night, folks, and enjoy everything that's ahead this weekend for WrestleMania! I love this industry, damn it.
I do too, by God.